The Gina and Maddie podcast.
Speaking of long stories,
Yeah, here we go. Strap yourselves in.
about if you after the ultimate hidden gem on the Central Coast. Oh my God. On my staycation, we organised to do a couple of things, and this was potentially, I had a couple of favourites. This was right up there as my favourite. On the Hawkesbury River at Mooney Mooney, the oyster shed.
Oh, get sharked.
I got so shucked. I really, really did. Have you been there?
No,
you don't like oysters?
Sorry, I was mid-sip of my coffee. No, I don't do oysters.
No, you don't do seafood, do you?
Not a lot of
No,
seafood.
well,
I've
that's
gotten
a
better
waste
over
on
the
you.
years. I've gotten
Yeah.
better over the years. But no, I don't. Shellfish, not my biggest thing. No.
Oh my God. They bring out this tray of, it's a platter, but it's kind of on a big wooden paddle thing, and it's got oysters so if you're an oyster lover and you're listening, oysters of every kind you've ever had in your life, and they're the big ones, and it's supporting the local farmers. They're literally farmed right near there on the oyster farms in the water. You sit on the water, you get there, and
is it one of those ones where you put the jodhpurs on or and you go into the water and eat them in the water?
I want to do that. That's another thing you can do. We have to do that. Well, no, not you, but me and CJ, because she really loves that. I do want to do it. But it was quite the adventure. So we went with our friends Kylie and Doug, and Dougie said, do you want us to pick you up in the convertible? I think it's a BMW or something flash. He's a real estate agent.
Circles you roll in.
I know. So he picks us up, and Kylie and I in the back, Rod and Doug are in the front, and Kylie brings the scarves. So we wrap, you probably saw my socials. She said it's going to be cold because we went the Pacific Highway scenic route, and it was a really cold day. Oh my God, it was freezing. But we put the scarves around our heads, and we looked like Thelma and Louise trying to escape our husbands, but our husbands were driving. But we felt free.
Was there a young Brad Pitt somewhere around?
I was looking for him everywhere. It was so fun just getting there, and that's half the fun, isn't it? But I really recommend it. You get there, and it's literally amongst industrial kind of sheds, and it looks like it's nothing. Like you wouldn't imagine this is going to be there. I recommend that you book because look, we paid. This is not an ad for them or anything. We paid for it and loved it. But you get there, and even for the takeaway, there's a line up right out to the car park. Like you could stand in the line for
the freshest oysters you can get, I imagine.
It was absolutely incredible. So we get there, and our friends Jim and Kerry, I know Jim is a keen listener, he'll be listening right now, they had booked it for us, and he'd already ordered our platter. So there's not just oysters, there was prawns and Moreton Bay bugs and scallops.
I do a bug. I'll do a bug. I love a good bug or a lobster.
And what about, have you ever had like the proper smoked salmon or smoked trout?
No, so that's not me either.
Oh, so you just put a little bit on fresh bread. Oh, it was so delicious.
Were there any of the Kilpatrick? You know, when they put a little bit of bacon on top?
Yeah, there was everything.
Yeah,
Mornay. There was and more modern ones too, like the Japanese ones where it was so good, so yummy. And you take your own wine, which I like that because...
Did you rock up with a cask of Moselle?
Rosé, darling.
Right. Gotcha.
Because when you go out with my husband and Dougie, half the price of the dinner or the lunch is on the wine because they like expensive wine. So you take your own wine. But I did go wrong. I put up socials thinking, how cool am I? You know, put up some photos and stuff.
What happened?
And I put up a photo. Like, first of all, I said, here we went to this gorgeous place, you know, the oyster shed, blah. I can't find the photo in a hurry enough to show you.
Someone put the font size down on your phone, have they?
So I put this up and said, had a great time, Thelma Louise, haha, and then I put up photos of all the seafood and stuff.
I remember seeing it.
Then randomly, without any explanation, I put up the girls in their T-shirts that say, shuck me, suck me, eat me raw, which is about an oyster. It's oysters, but I just put that up without any context, and Jackie comes in and goes, Mum, what? Why did you put that up? And I went, it was about because I went, and he goes, you have to put why you put that up. There's just these T-shirts.
It was just my day out. That's what it was about.
Gina and Maddie.
Let's talk tech. There is only one person to talk tech with, unless he's away, and then we speak to his mate Stephen Fennick. But that is Trevor Long from EFTM.com. G'day, Trev.
Morning, welcome back.
Oh, mate, welcome back to you as well. It is a pleasure to hear your voice once again. Just quickly, I know Gina wants to talk to you about Airbnb, but I know how much of a F1 fan you are. When you're travelling, Trev, can you watch sport on delay? Can you watch it recorded, or do you...
No,
you
absolutely
can't.
not. That's a hard no from me. Home or away, I don't watch on delay. So I was in the US for the Grand Prix on the weekend, so fortunately it was kind of early morning, like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and it was on a TV channel here.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah, no, I was under control.
I remember when, like, Mum would always say to me, "Oh, you have to go to bed. You can't watch the end of The Origin. We'll record it. We'll tape it on the VHS, and you can watch it tomorrow." I'm like, "There's no point.
No.
I'm going to go to school.
Yeah, everyone's going to tell
gonna
you.
Yeah, no point. Anyway, sorry, Trev. I digress.
Hey, where are you right now, Trev?
I am in San Francisco right now.
Oh, God, you get around.
Yeah, I do.
You do.
It's been a big week.
So last week you were in Los Angeles and Airbnb launched some new options for people to book more than just a comp. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, this is fascinating. Obviously, most people, when they think Airbnb, they would just simply think of a room or a home or an apartment. So great way to book accommodation, especially if you're traveling with more than one person, because trying to book multiple hotel rooms becomes expensive. It's what's awesome. They've been around for well over a decade and they're doing great things. But I think they've realised that they've kind of maxed out the accommodation space. So they're now launching two new things, services and experiences. Services are things that you can do in your home. Experiences are things to do around the city. Now, to be clear, these things, it doesn't matter whether you're staying in an Airbnb or you're just at home. So imagine you're putting on a dinner party and you wanted to get someone to come and cater it. You could potentially find a chef on Airbnb to come to your home and cater. Let's say you've got a wedding and you want a hair and makeup artist to come and do the hair and makeup. Done. You can do that. That's a service. You want a personal trainer. That's a service. Now, if you're in another city and you're staying in an Airbnb, easy way to get services in the Airbnb app. But if you're just at home or you're traveling locally, then you can do the same thing. But then there's these experiences, which is essentially things to do when you're traveling. So again, you can be staying in a hotel and book an Airbnb experience, which might be a tour of a museum. It might be a tour of a city. It might be a hot air ballooning. It might be, a wellness retreat. So they're basically trying to find more things that you can book through Airbnb so they can clip the ticket, but basically make more money and have more people using the app for more things.
Yeah. Is this going to really challenge Airtasker in that services department?
I feel like that's probably the closest we've got to it, especially in Australia. But I think there's not many places. So they say, look, if you're someone with knowledge and experience, you could sell that experience on Airbnb. So if I was retired and had time, maybe I could do walking tours of Sydney Harbour or something, or maybe we could do tours of where Trev lived on the Central Coast. And people would come on a tour with me down the Flathead Road in Edlong and Australia Avenue near Minor, and we could just enjoy life.
You make a fortune.
I'm not sure people would pay more than $3 for that, but I could sell that. So if you've got knowledge or experience, you can sell that on Airbnb.
Just quickly before we let you go, Trev, Uber announced new ways for regular users to save on Uber rides.
Yeah, if you're someone that uses a regular route, every week, let's say you're a commuter, you can actually prepay 5, 10, 15, 20 trips and save huge money by prepaying. And if you take a lot of different regular trips, you can actually lock in the price of those trips. So good way to get the best deal. Those will hopefully launch in Australia this year on Uber.
Do you know what your Uber rating is, Trev? Do you keep an eye on what your Uber rating is?
It's in the high fours, but it's not where it should be.
No, I know. I blame my friends for not getting it as high as it should be from them sharing an Uber with them. That's where it's. That's where I might.
I don't have any friends, so I've got to get myself to blame.
Listen to Gina and Maddie weekday mornings from 5:30.
Live on the Star Player.